Right. If you have no questions on that, shall we go to the next topic?
Yes, sir. I'm presenting, sir.
Ah.
Good evening, sir. My topic is sepsis and septic shock. Definition of sepsis: life-threatening. It defines as life-threatening organ dysfunction caused by dysregulated host response to infection. Septic shock defined as it is a subset of sepsis with circulatory, cellular, metabolic dysfunction with higher risk of mortality. Sepsis with hypotension, systolic blood pressure less than 90 mm of mercury, and refractory to volume expansion. Diagnostic criteria for sepsis: general, fever, hypothermia, tachycardia, tachypnea, altered mental status, and significant edema. Inflammatory variables are leukopenia or either leukocytosis, increased procalcitonin, and increased C-reactive protein. Hemodynamic variables are hypotension, hypoxia, oliguria, hyperbilirubinemia, thrombocytopenia, and coagulation abnormalities. Tissue perfusion variables are increased lactate and capillary refill. SOFA and Q-SOFA score. SOFA score, it's sequential organ failure assessment score, is used to quantitatively and subjectively possible the degree of organ dysfunction and failure over time in sepsis. It contains 6 scores: respiration, PF ratio, platelets, bilirubin, hypotension, and the GCS score and serum creatinine. Total is 24 score. Q-SOFA score, it is a quick SOFA score is a bedside test, may identify patients with suspected infection who are at greater risk for poor outcome outside the ICU. There are 3 criteria: systolic blood pressure, high risk, altered mentation. Pathophysiology: any insult or any injury, it will lead to structural changes. It releases the endogenous mediators like cytokines, LOX lipoxygenase pathway, prostaglandins, leukotrienes, and complements activation. It leads to organs dysfunction and metabolic effect. It will directly depress the myocardium. In vasculature, vasodilation, leukocyte aggregation, and endothelial dysfunction leads to first hyperdynamic shock. That is increased cardiac output, decreased preload, and increased heart rate. If it is advanced or severe sepsis, cardiac output will decrease. It resembles cardiogenic shock. And microcirculatory, macrocirculation leads to tissue hypoperfusion. In sepsis, lack of ability to augment the tissue oxygen extraction ratio. Investigations, routine blood count and blood smear, renal function test, liver function test, blood glucose levels, cardiac enzymes, and ABG, echo, and to rule out any cardiac causes, chest X-ray to rule out any pneumonia, blood, urine, and sputum culture and sensitivity. If indicated, CSF, wound swab, or a high vaginal swab. Measures of tissue oxygenation, clinical signs and symptoms, vital signs, ABG status, and cardiac output monitoring, and lactate. Lactate clearance. If lactate increase, not due to tissue oxygen decrease, but increased production of pyruvate to lactate. Surviving sepsis guidelines: infection control, yearly recognition, and appropriate antibiotics. Hemodynamic optimization to achieve better tissue oxygenation by fluid resuscitation to optimize preload. Vasopressor therapy to maintain mean arterial pressure. Sepsis bundle: resuscitation bundle within 1 hour and management bundle within 24 hours. Resuscitation 1 hour bundle: first measure lactate level, blood stating antibiotics. Third, antibiotics, administer broad spectrum antibiotics. Fourth, fluid resuscitation, rapid administration of 20 to 30 ml per kg crystalloid for hypotension and to clear lactate. Vasopressor, apply vasopressor if hypotensive during or after fluid resuscitation to maintain mean arterial pressure more than 65 mm of mercury. Then reassess volume status, tissue perfusion, and document lactate level. Assessment includes static assessment and dynamic assessment, like CVP more than 8 mm of mercury and ultrasound bedside, mean arterial pressure more than 65 mm of mercury. Dynamic assessment are for fluid responsiveness with a fluid challenge test or leg rise test. Management bundle within 24 hours. It's within 24 hours for patient with severe sepsis, septic shock, and lactate more than 4 millimole per liter. First, blood culture should be obtained prior to antibiotic administration. At least 2 sets of blood cultures are recommended. Volume of at least 20 ml is recommended for each set of blood culture. Antimicrobial therapy should be started within 1 hour of diagnosis of severe sepsis or septic shock. It's not broad spectrum antibiotic to coverage MRSA coverage. Volume resuscitation: infuse 500 to 1000 ml of crystalloid or colloid over 30 minutes. First choice is crystalloid. Repeat as needed until CVP measures 8 to 12 mmol of mercury, but limit initial registration because of positive fluid balance also leads to increased mortality. Low dose corticosteroids, administer low dose corticosteroids, document if not administered with reason. It has two actions, anti-inflammatory and magnify vasoconstrictor response to catecholamines. Recommendations are septic shock where BP is poorly responsive to IV fluids and vasopressor therapy. IV hydrocortisone is preferred to dexamethasone because hydrocortisone has both actions, mineralocorticoid and the glucocorticoid action. But dexamethasone has only no mineralocorticoid activity. Steroid therapy should be continued as long as vasopressor therapy is required. Blood glucose, maintain blood glucose level less than 180 milligram per deciliter. Oxygenation and mechanical ventilation improves or tissue delivery, lung protection. Okay. 6 ml per kg and PEEP to prevent atheractic trauma, maintain more than 5 centimeter of water, and the blood pressure less than 30 centimeter of water to prevent barotrauma, and head and elevation 30 to 45 degree to limit aspiration risk. And vasopressor therapy, when fluid administration fails to restore adequate pressure and organ perfusion, initiate vasopressor to maintain mean arterial pressure more than 65 mmol of mercury. First choice is noradrenaline. Doses 0.1 mics per kg per 3. If it improves, I will add vasopressin. The dose is 0.03 units per minute to rise mean arterial pressure. It is additional pressure, but not a replacement. Dopamine, useful in patients with compromised systolic function. It will cause tachycardia. The dose is 5 mics per kg per minute to 20 mics per kg per minute. At dose of 10 mics per kg minute, predominant vasoconstriction. Others, dopamine and adrenaline can also use. Others, most of the sepsis patients will have AK, acute kidney injury. We'll use continuous renal replacement in a hemodynamic unstable patient. And glycemic control. Sepsis will lead to hyperglycemia and insulin resistance. It acts as hyperglycemia will act as procoagulant and induces apoptosis and poor wound healing. It increases risk of infection and death. So we should maintain blood glucose less than 180, and we should start insulin infusion. And to prevent venous thromboembolism, low molecular weight heparin prefer rather than unfractionated heparin, and mechanical prophylaxis also will start. To prevent stress ulcer, proton pump inhibitors will use, and others are acetaminophen and sodium bicarbonate. And treatment of underlying problems like abscess, necrotic tissue, contaminated, and they remove any infected vascular defects as any catheters. Thank you, sir. That's it.
We would add nursing care to prevent bed sores also in the supportive therapy.
Yes, faster.
Because these patients may be hemodynamically unstable, they may have an altered sensorium, and or they may be mechanically ventilated, they may be in sedated state. So nursing care also plays a very important role. Okay?
Yes.
That is a good, nice presentation.